Welcome back, everybody. So here we go again. A bit more DayZ, just for a change. Hope everybody's having a good day out there in internet land. Come on, game. There we go. We're in. Right then. So we can now sell magazines to the trader, which is awesome. But before we do anything, we're going to need food. So we're going to need some logs and such like. A little bit of a lag spike then. Let's take out our log getting tool. Goblins like living in caves. Not the safest cave, but still a cave. Go all chat rather than just top chat, because even the bad chat I want to see. Doom, doom, doom. A goblin's work is never done. Oh, kicked unstable connection. You fucking people up on here. Not yet. No, not yet. At the moment, I've got to wait to get back in. Nice unstable connection, which is always annoying. It's my own fault. It's where I live. I share an internet connection with other people, and if they're all home from work and all logging on at the same time, I always have connection problems. But no, I'm not. I'm base building, getting ready to fuck people up. But we only wiped the server, put it live on Friday, so everyone's a little bit just establishing themselves. I forgot who it was, but someone did a video at that base spot. It's a brilliant base spot. It's an amazing base spot. You thought it was the other loot goblin, didn't you? Yes. I'm looting, not loot. Yeah, right, I'm going to wait to log out so I can log in. Joy. I love getting kicked from my own server. There we are, that's better. Yeah, there is. So that will be covered over because it allows me to fish in the base. Once I've got the base building gear, I'm a long way off being ready. I only got the flag down yesterday. So I'm a long way away from base building yet. But yeah, you can block off that at the back. Now I know who you are. Looting, not loot. Yeah. So just drop them in there. Yeah, so you can drop down through that. But if you block that off, they'll just drop onto a platform and just sit there. I'm tempted to, when I do that, to put a hatch on it. So if people drop through, they'll sit there and I can open the hatch and let them in to loot them. And then we'll live in this back piece here and airlock up to about here, so it can't be seen from round the corner or from up there. Well, that's the aim anyway. But as I said, I'm a long way off that. Now it's time to eat some food. That's why we did this run, for some logs, because one needs to eat. Okay, I'm back. Damaged is alright. Make me some firewood. Put that away. I love this spot though. I'd never found it before. I was running around yesterday and found it yesterday afternoon. It's like, yeah, there's a spot. Right, we need to put 2 of them away for some other time. You know, put it so when they fall, you have toe peaks on them, or you can put it so when they fall. Yes, exactly. And then have a hatchway in it so I can then loot them. Just, to me, it makes sense. Because at some point, someone will find it and will come for me. I would do it to them, so they're bound to. And we'll make a fireplace. Matches. Excellent. Away. Cooking stick. But on the main server we play on when they wipe, so this is a server, this is my own server, my survival server. Other players do play it. But Cookie, when he's not on holiday, and I play on Pacific Northwest on another server, but I need to show him this spot because this will make the ideal base spot for when we're doing our full-on PvP rather than just survival PvP. I just think it's a fucking excellent spot. Salute, good sir. How are we doing? I'm doing fine, mate. Look, I'm in a little cave. I've got a flag. Got a workbench. Cooking some food. Goblins live in caves. I've even got a fishing spot. Nice little loot, nice little bench of presents. Good little spot. It's a brilliant cave. I know, I know. Thanks, Nerg. And if you're liking the look of a more survival server, there's a link. If it worked, there we go. Moving up in the world, I see. Yes, one needs to. I am clueless to where I will start Nerg Tower. On top of a military, I can see it on top of like one of those military, not the hospital building, but the military building that's like the hospital building, that you go up like 3 floors and then through the stairs onto the roof. Because at the top of those stairs you could put an airlock, and then you could build airlocks over the roof and build like 2 floors above it to live on, knowing you. Give you a nice commanding view of the area. And a few vanilla gates downstairs, if it will let you, to cover off some of the other rooms. But let people come into the building and loot it, because they might not spot you on... They might not think about going onto the roof. Or a nice place to leave mines in the building below. If you never use the doors and just mined off the doors, when people see the base and they run in there, open door, blow up mine, you then get to eat them. Or steal from them. That's a shame. Sometimes you get that last one in as well. Right, let's drop off the uncut meat. It will have gone off by the time I get home, but that doesn't matter. Right, let's go for a bimble. So, I reckon we need to go down and have a look at the new oil rig. I got lots of other marks on here. Where's Mark 3? Ah, delete that one. Okay. I was doing some looting today. Hit an airdrop yesterday and have a full inventory of things to get started. Yeah. It makes sense. And that's what I've done with the airdrops. I've made it a base building airdrop. Again, channel players. All about getting players to where you want them, so they engage. It's like you said, you made the first kill on the server yesterday, or the first kill I know about, and then you were like, I killed him, I'm so sorry, sort of thing. And I'm like, no, do it, kill. The best way that we have of getting a player base long term is if there's PvP on here, which is why, like, I upgraded the trader and gave it a bit more stuff they'll buy. Encourage players to go there. They're more likely to shoot each other. I mean, I don't mind dying. It's part of the game. It's a really good map now, isn't it? I really like it works. The trouble with Chimsey is when you get up into the north, there's big areas like this that are full of woods with nothing. But here you've still got stuff up there that you can do. You know, there's still lots of stuff to look at. So it makes it all worth a visit. We need to eat that before it goes off, don't we? Before it lose its usefulness. So I've put a secondary oil rig in that's on land, but next to the airfield. That AR-15 sounds sexy, suppressed. I was going to die either way. The bear wasn't going to let him make it. 2 birds killed with 1 stone. Yeah. I've not fired it yet. I don't have a suppressor that's capable of hitting it. For me, it's about now establishing a base. Establishing a base just for survival level. Getting MVGs is really important though on here. Because whenever you go into the bunkers, you're going to need MVGs. And as we're learning, footwear is forever getting damaged. So I'm hoping this oil rig, because it's next to an airfield, will give us better loot. And thus better chances of PvP realistically once players get used to it. But I don't know the map massively well, so the fact that I've found that cave, I didn't know it was there. No idea. And now we're going to have an until October build. It does mean players can establish themselves. And if you get raided, you've got enough time to rebuild. Or move. Fucking deer. So if we push down now to across the field of death, waste water bottle suppressed. Yeah, that's usually the first goal on my side too. Location is everything though. Yeah, and this map is, there's some serious exploring to do to work out where you want to live, and there's lots of good choices, especially because I allow building anywhere. Yeah, here's the oil rig. Sorry, the land oil rig now. Look at that, baby. And it glows at night. Damn drillers. Keep it for the moment. Yeah, pretty normal on here. Scopes that are fucked. Could do with a pair of boots, game. Could do with a pair of boots. Ha 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 ha. With mag. I might become a plant manager. Exactly. There's 3 ways onto this, though. There's platforms above and platforms below everywhere. I have to go and find one of the other ways on. You wouldn't want to jump off this in an emergency, would you? That's the other way. Just as night time's coming in. Bugger. Okay, so from there, you'd be able to get to here. Okay, that makes sense. Through here. Don't care. Nurg is turning in his grave. Me saying don't care at a bloody one of them. It's like, what do you mean you don't care? And you notice I put it into a place where you could use it to your advantage when something happens at the airfield. Reaper. Sorry, just got a text message, guys. Bloody work stuff when I'm not at work. Wouldn't want to go out there by mistake, would you? Can we acquire mags with more rounds? No, certainly not. Yeah, you can. There's a 60 round mag for 5.56 out there. Yeah, there's a 5.56 60 rounder available. So yes, you can. Whether you'll probably need to find yourself a honey badger. There's a good chance it comes pre-equipped. Higher tier. Push up to the northern airfield. And the Manhattan Project. Or go into bunkers. We'll find some of the hidden bunkers. Shush, I'm living wrong right now. The bunkers aren't difficult to find on the map. This is low tier. Oh yeah, I found an M4, but this is low tier. The other oil rig is lower even still. But ultimately it's going to be close to where the spawns are all going to be once I've got that sorted this weekend. Basically all the spawns will be in the prison once I've sorted the mapping out. So all players will spawn as prisoners in the prison. And then you can loot that island and try and get off it. Because at the moment you can spawn really close to Trader. I just need to sort all the mapping out for it. Which means I need to come onto the server, invisible, visit each of the cells, map each of the cells. and make them into spawn points. Well, give me some MVGs. No, he's dirty cheater. Not to get some sleep while it's dark. Do. So you want to be that area there for tier 4. Those islands are tier 4. Some of this is sort of, and some little bits around here. Anything with a question mark might be worth visiting. And other areas that don't have question marks might be worth visiting. I've never ventured up to the top of Mount Olympus, but I imagine that's going to have some good stuff up there somewhere. I thought that would make a good base location, the ponds, because you could build it so you had a bit over the pond to fish in, or up here, because you'd have a good view of the map. As I said, down here would be good because you could shoot into the back of Trader. This island here works well because there's not a lot of ways of getting on. The ferry dock works very well if you want to live in the ferry, because you get medical at the back of it. That island potentially could make a good base. Or even the prison itself, you know, living in the prison it's not stupid. Up here at Harvard is good. Sunland is also good. This town here, probably the best if you want access to this place. But you're more likely to get passing traffic of people. So it's finding somewhere covert. Or live up in this corner, you know, get off the beaten track. Look at that. Perfect. Little few houses. But any pond that you see that has that, there's a chance, because they're rocks, of there being a cave. Yeah, question mark's got me sick. Oh, I caught a cold. How surprising. So, yeah, the jail is low tier though. So it's all like tier 1, tier 2 stuff. So, I've been to jail. I spent 6 hours in jail in the army. Yeah. Long. I'll tell you the story off stream one day. But yeah, I've got this. Everyone's spawning inside the prison and potentially fighting each other using 2 pistols and 9 millis as they're trying to get off the island alive. Appeals. And then we can have a backstory about that you're prisoners. You've been jailed on the island and you've managed to find a way out of your cell. Good luck. You probably came here to photograph the Yeti. And the Americans locked you up. We're only walking. There's no point running in night. I'm only actually crawling. There we are. The only downside to living in where I'm living is you're never going to be able to find your way in at night. I want to go that way. Damn goblins in their darkness. Yeah. It doesn't go on forever though. But it's done on purpose, isn't it? You've got to make MVGs worthwhile. And a reason to have them. Because once you do get them, life becomes easier. What's the other one? Oh, not that one. Or that one. Where's my other marks then? Why is it... So let's try again and not get so bloody lost. Where's Mark 2 and Mark 1 then? Might have to delete the file. We are going to be doing a sales run, but first of all we're going to eat. Food as our first port of call. Sold that, kept as a backup for that one. Oh, don't want to do that. Now, have we got something in here that I can make a fire with? Probably not. Off. Not in bad nick. We'll keep that one, sell that one if it sells. Okay. Right, fire making time. What have I got? I've got 2 bandages. Which one's nearly dead? That one. Okay. So, if I go bump there, there. Make fireplace. Come on, you stupid game. There we go. And matches. Don't like cooking in a fire in here at night. Very caveman. Get worms out of there though, and fish in there. It's awesome. And you might enjoy a trip to the prison if you look in the right places. Then there was light. Yes, on the 7th day, Goblin created the caves. You have to be really careful in here. There's like 2 or 3 ways in that you need to block off. But at the moment, we're nowhere near that. I've nowhere near enough resources to worry about things like that yet. And I've got a cold again. This is the most unorganised I've ever been in a base. Right, see if we get a little boost to sleep. It's a fire out, I'm guessing. Yarp. Okay, the server needs an update. Just need to check something on the server a second. Wesley, I'm good. I'm still here. I just got a message on the server. You were kicked off the game. Identification error. Client has a more recent version. Please update DayZ framework. Client has a more recent version. So I'm still here. I'm just going to log out, do the update on the server, and then get players back in. And it begins. Yeah, server updates, players can't get on. You know what it's like. And now it's crashed. Give me a second. Alright then, DayZ backend, login. Game servers. Come on, tabs. Stop. Steam Workshop. Updatable content. More info. Check it's not something stupid they're going to do. Okay. Update. Just doing an update on the server files, guys. Start. Good, server's up. Now work out why I've got a screen there of stupidness. There we go, that's better. Refresh that. Now check when the next restart's going to be. I'm good, thanks. Wesley, how are you? Sorry you can't see this, guys, but it's all back end to the server stuff, and I'm just making sure the server's working. That's fine. Bang, that's in. What did I need to do next? That's in, that's in, that's in. I need to do an update myself, don't I, to DayZ mods. DayZ framework. Bang. Bump. Repair. That's in. Servers. Solo. Join. Bang. Join. Ah. What are you having for dinner? Why is it not working? Oh, bloody DayZ. Control Alt. Task Manager. OBS, Discord, shit happening. DayZ managed to crash. Okay, it's useful. Servers. Join. Join. Should be loading in now, guys. And we're in. Nearly. Nearly. And we're in. Let's try again. No. We were going to go off to trader, weren't we? That's what we were going to do. But first of all, we need to sort out the loot we're carrying. Don't really need to take the fishing rod with us. Don't really need the dry bag, but that M16, then that, that's fine. Yep, I know you've got a cold, mate. That we can drop off. That's for sale, that's for sale, that's for sale, that's for sale, that's for sale. That's for sale if it lets me. Jobs are good. And anything else I can sell in here that I need to sell? Probably not. Okay. Let's meds. Oh, I've already taken one. That was stupid. There and there done. Do I have Puri tabs with me? I do. Is that sorted? Okay. Time to pop down to trader. work. Had a push. Bring that where I wanted it now. There. I need to be able to monitor what's happening. You can guarantee that something will happen. Some player will say they can't get on. Dear, I should go hunting. But the map is awesome. I love Pacific Northwest. For a small server, it's becoming quickly one of my favourite maps. Such a nice map. In case I die, let's drink. It would be great to be able to, yeah, obviously as a server owner I can drop bears anywhere, but it would be great to be able to have a fun server where you could pay like something and it would drop something on a target. Well, if you can drop ordnance, can't you? You can. I used to run a server with the Sidewinder missile on it. So end game was you would get a tablet with batteries and you could launch a ballistic missile on it and you'd fly it in over the map. You actually sat inside its vision and you guided it onto what you wanted to put it onto. It would blow a base completely up. It would blow every panel off a base. But it only really works where you've got something like Namausk where you can stick it into proper endgame. On here it'd be too easy to get yourself a gas mask and hit the bunker, get it and blow up a base and then just go and pick the loot up. Which would be no fun for anyone apart from you. So Namauskit would work on. Probably Deer Isle, because you could stick it into the ship. To a certain degree, Chernarus, if you built a series of bunkers with key cards between them, like moving up the levels until eventually you got to the level where you could get it. You could do the same one here, just take a lot of work just for one missile. There are bears down here, so bears all over this map. That's why I don't shoot. Now, will this have any nice loot today? That is the question. And all these walls with barbed wire over the top, it's just really not fair. They were at the trader yesterday greeting players. Seriously? Ooh. Oh, fucking unstable connection. What is it? Oh, yeah, 7 o'clock at night. Everyone's at home turning on their computers and streaming TV. Bloody... It's my fault, not the server. That's not a server issue, that's a local issue. We have good internet, but when everyone suddenly starts to stream at the same time, so if everyone's home and they all decide to watch 4K YouTube at the same time, it affects me. Yes, I know I'm on the server already. I can, when no one's home, I don't get kicked. Right, space. No, obviously not. Weapon part. Oh, and kicked again. Think DayZ gods you weren't around Zeds. Thank the gods, DayZ gods, you weren't around Zeds. Yeah, I know. Everyone in the house is obviously doing shit, and I'm getting hit with everything. If I wasn't streaming at 4K, it would help. But by streaming at 4K, it's just... there's more bandwidth problems. And it would help if I downed the amount of Zeds on the map. But it's just general. I don't have enough oomph for when I'm doing this. Ah, it's life. You make your choices. Yes, I know I'm already in the game. Okay, it doesn't like that at the moment. Right, let's come right out. Refresh that. And join again. Won't be forever though. Once I can buy my own place and have my own internet that's just me using it, these days will be over. Probably the amount of Zeds that are spawning in there that's not helping. Especially streaming at 4K. The thing is, I want to make certain areas harder, but by doing so, it's putting a strain on everyone's internet connection. So it's a balancing act. I've downgraded it a bit today. I've taken just military, police, and industrial padded out, not the villages and towns. But I might have to cut, still keep it above base, but also cut down the amount that spawn at once at each location. Because if that has, say, 10 spawn points, it might have put 150 zombies in, which would cause a problem. So if I turn that down to sort of 7 per time, then it will stick in half, 75, which should make it a little bit more manageable. And still hard enough for the players. Or we can do it a different way. We can turn every zombie on the server to be a military zombie, which would have the required effect as well. So then we don't have to have so many zombies, because they're going to be harder zombies to deal with. And that's the other option. Put the hard zombie, keep the zombie number the same, but move them all to hard zombies. Or the zombie numbers what they should be for the map, but move all the zombies to hard zombies, which would solve the problem again. Just military zombies fucking everywhere. Especially if we do the prison spawns, because then they were looking for you as an escaped prisoner. Gonna have to do a nerg here and buy apples, aren't I? Now, it's actually quite a good idea, turning everything to military zombie, hard military zombies, and reducing their numbers. It's a really good idea. It'll solve a lot of the issues. I'll look at doing it, and we'll test it tomorrow night and see how it pans out. Yeah, hard military zombies, but less of them. So you get less lag problems, better FPS for everybody, but still just as much of a problem on the ground. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Speaking through it in my head, trying to work everything out. Oh, this comes the fun of going into a trader now. Good from an emergency. Wouldn't want to eat them in real life. I can write backstory for the server as well. Especially when we've got prisoner bit working. But that'll be a Thursday afternoon. I'll fly around the map in God mode and plot the spawn locations. Also, it means players will spawn a long way away from trader. Not a long way away, but far enough away that they'll be forced to loot up. And they'll spawn on an island, so when they get off the island, they'll be wet through. So it makes it a bit more survivally. It's good. It's like when I get paid on a Thursday afternoon to play sport. Sorry, I do sport in case the boss is watching. I wouldn't say he's the almighty Goblin. He's just do you really want to get to? Oh, Nerg, you don't have to do that, mate. You really don't. It's never expected. Get more for them combined. It's okay, I know firsthand that running a server, and I like to contribute anywhere I possibly can. You are contributing, mate. You're playing, you're getting players to come on here. Right, that's staying there for the moment. I thought that we could sell that. Doesn't understand that that's gunpowder. Okay, that's interesting. That's life. Okay, let's get this gear home. What I'll do with any contributions is I'll look at seeing if we can upgrade the server any further. Not numbers, but speeding it up, putting more RAM on, making it a faster processor. Stuff like that, that will make a difference to all of us. I need to actually get a new donation link for the server. Because this is a new server. And set that up. So then players can donate if they wish to. So it won't buy the gunpowder off you, which is a shame. But we can deal with that. I'll just take that out of what we'll buy. I will do. I'm actually going to put it on the Discord, explaining the situation, explaining how much things cost us upgrades. And say this is what we've got. This is what we could have. And if people want to donate something towards the running costs of the server, if you donate on this link, once I've got enough, I'll do the following upgrade. And then if players want to put something into the pot, they can do. And that way you know it's going to server, not going... you know with me I'd spend it on the server anyway. But that way it makes it easier for players because they know it's going to the server. And people are not going to get anything out of it, so it doesn't not comply with BI's rules. Apart from we all will get a faster server out of it. I mean, we've got 12 gigs of RAM at the moment, and we've got, I think, a faster processor. Might be useful moving us to an M.2 drive. And I think we've got another upgrade on the processor we can do. And then after that, any donations probably would sit in the pot to offset the cost of buying it for another year. Because this is a long-term project. Until Mum passes away and I can buy a house and have my own server at home, this is a long-term project. But there'll always be... If we're going to do... Well, we're going to do 6 months wipes now. So there'll be 2 wipes a year. And then each year we'll choose a different map to build and have 2 wipes on, a summer wipe and a winter wipe. Because it makes content for people, and if we're gonna be established long term, we will build up players that will play it. They know what they're getting. And we can start to drill down the mods, so we always have the same sort of mods. The only extras are sort of added content that I build in DayZ Editor. And what's nice then also is we can look at things like when we come back in the future to the same map, I've already got content already made, which makes life a lot easier. And trying to choose a map each time that people don't know. So it's a new experience for everybody. October, so November, December, January, February, March, April. So next April, I would like New York to be finished. So we can do a wipe on the New York map, because it would be a whole different ball game, a whole different world. People base building in buildings, a lot of fighting through buildings. And by that time that's finished, a year later, we should have some of the new like UK maps done. I was hoping to get an exclusive pair of Goblin socks for donating. Not Goblin socks, but there is a chance in the future there might be some Goblin related bits and pieces available. Yeah. There might be some Goblin stuff coming. Because the logo I have, the Goblin logo, that was designed by Irish's partner, and they designed that for me, and I have that on a polo shirt that I wear at work. So I do have that logo saved with a company that did the shirts for me, or the shirt for me, and they do other merchandise plus. And there's other options I could use. I quite like the idea of having a set of playing cards with all the DayZ weapons on them and the Goblin logo. That sort of appeals to me. I mean, I don't play cards, but it's something that you could have as a really nice prize to give away. And it's something that people would probably hang on to if they're into DayZ. And, you know, there's a chance in the future I might do something like buy a... I don't like it when I see doors open on bloody gates open on things. I know this guy that made the map personally, good friend of mine. Okay, I would love to do the New York map, but it has to be finished. It has to be at a point. But I think I've never not played it, but the idea of running a server on it and having the economy based on drugs because it's in a big city appeals. Nails still for trader, obviously, because that's me. Let's eat our emergency apple. Yeah. And even for people like me that don't play cards, it's the sort of thing that you could frame and put on the wall. Stick them into a frame. So yeah, and for people that do, it would be something different. So I quite like the idea of things like that, but I'd want it to have more than just a Goblin. It would have to have the DayZ weapons on it, which isn't difficult to do. I couldn't play poker because I have no idea how to bluff. When I lie, I start laughing. I find it's easier just to tell the truth. But yeah, there will be in time. Not in the next 6 months. I've got too many other things to sort out first, but certainly merch at some point having, but not having the standard. Everyone's got the standard stuff, so it's having some other stuff. So all we need now, if we get this home, is the building hammer, and then we can start making storage. And I know we can't still build, but at least we can make storage. It's half the battle. And when we get home, we can fish. Japan, I wasn't... I played Japan. It wasn't me enough, but I am looking forward to a finished New York map. I've got the data to build my own map. I've got the actual I've got the data of the map built already, but I have access to tools that most people don't to build DayZ maps in. That's the easiest way of putting it. So there is a temptation. Right then, let's... Do I need to eat now? No, I'm only there. I should be fine. I have map building software that can be used in DayZ and Armour code that is very, very powerful. But it's a massive download onto my PC. Like a seriously massive download. So it's not happened for a while. Again, it's something I'll talk to you about off stream. Because I'd like to eventually have a England server based where I live. Lots of military around here. There's airfields, there's rivers, there's sea, there's history and lore. Right, we're going to need some sticks. I tried with a few people. We got as far as barely getting the land set down over the water and gave up actually getting it completed. Yeah, so I'll talk to you off stream. I'll send you a message later and explain what I can do given the motivation. But a lot of it's about motivation. I'm hoping this will keep things dry. And I'm not going in the wet route anyway, but still. So you can drop into the base from there, so that needs to be blocked off. When I start building. I'll explain more when I can. Yeah. Blueprint. What happened to the toolbox? I thought I bought one. Maybe not. Okay, that's life. I must have lost that somehow in a moment of Goblin madness. I'm not going to worry about it now. We need that. We need them. That. You didn't pick it up. That's life. Somebody gets a free one, don't they? Yeah, could have done. So you need to block that hole up there. Otherwise people will join you. But I'm thinking with a door hatch, like a roof hatch. Or done in such a way that when players fall down, they can't get out. I can kill them and loot them still. I wanted that, but not enough. I'll just sort that out in a second. Let's get this sorted first. Hey man, how are you? I'm good, thank you. How are you? Yeah, I thought I bought it as well, but as you said, it probably dropped on the floor, and you're not thinking in there, are you? You're trying to get in and out because it ain't a safe zone. Right, it's only nails, it's only pixels, doesn't matter. Right, where were we? Right then. That's not overly important. That is... That we can keep on us, those we keep on us. That needs to live in here somewhere, but it's not important. Take one of those with us. That will probably use up now. Doing some repairs. We are, that'll do. Right then. Where were we? Oh, that's fucked, is it? How surprising. The endless struggle. Okay. Right, let's eat some food. I'll probably be streaming for about another hour, guys. It's been a long day and I've got another early start tomorrow. I'm just going to be away from keyboard for a second while I sleep and take a quick comfort break. Okay, I'm back. That is a very much an emergency item. Right then, so our next stage, get rid of that one. Is we're going to, right down there. So we greatly appreciate the content as time is going by accordingly. Yeah. That's always useful. I thought we might visit prison. Because it certainly has its reasons to go there. This wasn't the best place to live, you know. Getting wet every time you enter and leave the base is a bitch. But risk versus reward, I suppose it's useful. Right, off to prison. Let's offset the cold that we're about to get. Yes, hit prison. That makes the most sense. We need new body armor. Oh, did I say body armor and prison in one sentence? Yeah, I did. Just remember where it is within the prison. Nerg is like body armor in prisons. I mean, ours is all right, but it's worn. We could do with something potentially pristine. Actually, we can probably stick Mr. Pistol there. It's another round for emergencies, isn't it? If it's pristine, you might try another server. Yeah, there is that. But you never know. Sometimes you get good spawns. Bloody server owner. I just want to make sure. So when I was flying round in before it went live and checking a few bits and pieces, there were pristine. They were pristine because I hadn't turned it into bad spawns at that point. But I want to make sure that it's still spawning body armor. Not so much because I want it, but if we're going to move players onto prison spawn, it would be really useful if there was a chance of getting body armor in the prison. Especially when I then leak it and all the players that die rush straight for that area, and if you've got 2 or 3 people dying at the same time, they're all fighting over one piece of body armor with knives. And you'll obviously want me to come here as well because there's something interesting up the river. Don't know if we'll be able to see it from this distance. So, and I know it's not just you, Nerg. Other people that play on the server do watch my VODs back. So this does work as a sort of a look. This is what you've got. Yeah, it might be too far to see from here. But up that way, you might find a oil baron. Yeah, so occasionally you find, but it's really nice it happens like that. So it's like endgame when you get a pristine on here. It really feels like you've got something special. Those bears owe me some money. Yeah, the bears are a bitch. Bloody oil barons. So when we have players spawn on here, they're all going to have to get wet when they leave the place, which appeals to my sense of humour. Oh, fucking wolves. I don't know how to swim. It's alright, mate. You don't need to. You just like go in and then eventually you'll float. So that oil rig there will do tier 2 loot, where the oil rig on the airfield is tier 2, tier 3. Sounds like the bears paid off the wolves. Yeah, they're working together, aren't they? But what do you think of the map, Nerg? You enjoying it? I think you are, aren't you? I know you love Chimsey, but this is something different. And I'm not used to it massively yet. I don't think any of our players know it that well, which is what I really like. You know, it gives us all a chance to explore something new and not know where to go to get stuff fully. And a map is a map that's a map. I mean, we could run this server on bloody Livonia, but which would probably work because it's quite big for a 30 pop server. Yeah. It becomes a more of a, you're exploring the same as everybody else, and I like that. We are on the right island, aren't we? Yeah, we are. Hate to do it, but that would make my life 20 times easier. So that could be a good little town to live in. Hello, Mr. Wolf. Lag. How fucking many of them? Bloody server owner. Yeah, Banov's an amazing map. Heli crash and fucking... Yeah, I need to downgrade the amount of stuff on the map. That's where the problem is. Yeah, there's no way the system can handle this happening. It's a scope, brother. I had lag as well, major lag. It was everything was slowing up. Okay. I'm probably dead now because I was bleeding. Yeah, we're going to deal with this in a different way. It's solvable. Because this is not fair on any player. Yeah. So I obviously did shoot those two. But the lag... I'm going to switch all the zombies back to their normal spawns. But what I'll do is I'll make them all hard zombies. Do I have any spare 5.56 on me? No. And I'll downgrade the wolf packs a little bit because that's probably too much. But we can, it's tweaking. We can solve the problem though. I can do the work tonight, and then tomorrow morning when I get up and no one's on the server, I can then initiate the updates. I know. Bloody server owner. How many fucking zombies? See, that wouldn't have helped. They would have all spawned in for me as well. And if I wasn't streaming at 4K, it would be slightly better. It's not ideal, though. It's when it spawns them in that it has a problem, isn't it? After they spawned in, the game handles it fine. It's when it's putting them in. We're looking for a gap in the fence. Ooh. I'm gonna gas, aren't I? I thought about hiring some construction workers. Fuck. Yeah, I'm gonna have to sort out the zombie problem. It's fine. It's solvable. Yeah, it's spawning in too many zombies in one hit is causing the problem. And it can't handle, because I'm playing on 4K, but it can't handle it. And another one of our players was saying he's having similar issues, and he's on 1440p. So, because not everyone's got good internet, so I will change around how we make the zombies hard. Back to original amount of zombies you're meant to have, which is less, but we'll make them all hard military. So it will have the same sort of effect. Or officers that scream and bring all their friends. There we go again then. I can probably fix it today, if that makes sense. What I'll need to do is give me a second. Let's fix it now. I can fix it and then I can carry on streaming, because I can just give people a, we're going to log the server off in 5 minutes for it because of a problem. Where am I? Going to the back end. No, sign in. Dashboard, schedule, Send a message. Private message. Server. Schedule shutdown 5 minutes. Goblins. No, don't want to do that. Server is unstable. So I'm just going to bring the server down. As soon as it's down, I can flash across and sort out the problem, and then get it dealt with. It's an easy fix. It's an easy fix just for standard zombies and standard animals. And then the other stuff I can do away from it not having to be fixed. Just got to wait for the player to leave the server. But we will fix it. As soon as this player's out, we'll be sorted. But I'll always give 5 minutes notice. So it'll be a little bit easier now when you're on later, because the zombies will be normal zombies, and then they'll be fixed over time. That's what I'm here for. You know, if you're going to run a server, you've got to do it, haven't you? Arguably. It goes with the territory. Pacific Northwest. Where are we looking there? Empty. Environment, zombie territories, edit, take the lot, copy out of there, multiplayer, offline, environment, zombie territories, edit, take the lot, save, verify, come on, zombie territories, execute, okay, that's valid, file manager, Pacific Northwest, empty, environment, wolf territories, edit, no, events, database, edit events, copy all of events, into multiplayer mission, empty database, events, edit, that's in, save and exit, and verify that file. That's valid. Start server. Minimize that. Refresh, wait for the server to come back up. Join. Okay, problem solved. And then tomorrow afternoon when I get home from work, I'll change the zombies to being hard zombies, basically. But with less, but the smaller amount of them. So less crashes. Okay, we're back in. Not that hungry. Now it feels empty of zombies. Good, Zeds are still here. Still crash. Yeah, I'm unstable. Good evening, SC. About to crash. There we go. Yarp. Having a few little issues on the server tonight that I'm trying to solve. We've had some crashes, but I'm fixing them. I have a solution, put it that way. And I've done a half patch solution, but the rest of it I can't do until I'm away from gaming. Excellent. That's what I like to hear. I haven't done an airdrop yet. You and others have done them. I haven't. You guys, of course, go into an airdrop not knowing what I've done with the zombies or how hard it's going to be. Whereas I wrote the code or set it up and I know what I'm running into and I'm like, I'm not ready for this yet. I'm not ready for this yet. What are they? Jacket. Tons of zombies, yeah. but not mass. The loot is useful loot, but not stupid loot. No one is ever ready. I saw a video. I was watching a video the other night where someone on a PvP server had built their base underneath an airdrop, so they could just open the doors at the top of the base and let the airdrop drop inside their base. So it's really clever. Which is why, to stop that problem, I have my airdrop spawning with a chance of being within a circle. So they won't spawn in exactly the same spot every time. Just need to get a base down to use the loot, if you know what I mean. I know exactly what you mean. I built the airdrop. It's a reward. Oh, we'll take the 9mm if it lets me pick it up, because it's DayZ and it's having that moment. Find the pixel game. Find the pixel. There we go. And we got the pixel. And I'm unstable. Yeah, I'm about to be kicked again. There we go. Yeah, that's DayZ for you, isn't it? Okay, Snowwalker. I'm gonna. Like the crashes that you were having, where it was kicking you to desktop. I'm getting them as well, so I'm on a mission to solve it now. I think I know how to solve it. Tonight there will be less zombies, and they won't be so hard to kill. But by tomorrow at this time, there will be the same amount of zombies, so less zombies, but there'll be harder zombies. I think that's going to be my solution, so there'll be less stuff spawning in, but they'll be harder to deal with. I think that's my solution anyway. That's the solution I'm working on. Because having too many zombies is making the server unstable. For me, certainly, because I'm streaming at 4K. I can't handle the bandwidth spike. And it gets major lag. But it's solvable. And at the moment, as you're seeing, I can't really go into cities that well. Oh God, I need food. So I need clothing. So I need to go back in. It handles the airdrops, Zed's fine, because they're called under a different way of calling them in the code. Whoosh. I got my lucky hat on. Look at that. It's a lucky hat. Unlucky colours. No, I think it's who'd shoot me? I'm just somebody out walking. He can have my lucky hat. You're gone. Lucky hat's gone. I see you there. It was unlucky when I took it off, wasn't it? They're typically the type of players that do get shot just walking. That zombie I just punched then with a rucksack on, I was like, I think it's a player. But no, I was like, nah, now it's looking like a zombie. Well, that was unfortunate, wasn't it? Let's yeah, you don't want to go out there. Yeah, should have kept it. It's my own fault. It's always worrying when you find a could have given me a round, couldn't they? Bloody server owner. Come on, in you come. They're not very good at pathfinding, these zombies. Where do we find the Halo suits on this map? Endgame, mate. Endgame. I've never end game any of your servers, never had the time or knowledge, but maybe I'll make an objective this season. I think you'll be fine. End game on this is the bunkers, realistically. Which aren't that difficult to do. And we're going to have the time now because we're going to be running it for 6 months. So, I mean, you'll want to get into a bunker to get a 338 out of it. Because having a 338 sniper is going to be massive. And once we've done the little tweaks and got the server where it needs to be and it's stable and it's working and it's fine, it'll be alright. But it's going to be little tweaks to get it there. A pair of pliers and I've got 80 nails. Don't care about you, but it's where your friends are that worries me. There we are. There's your friends. But with the amount of explosives around, it won't be too long before people start blowing people's doors in. Again, bunkers are going to be your friend for detonators. Obviously, because you knew that I would do that. It shouldn't be too easy to raid. I don't like all this horrible food. Yeah, but I realise we might have to eat some of it and deal with the sickness as a secondary problem. Are they spawning complete? I haven't found anything other than sulfur and charcoal. So, sulfur and charcoal spawn in the world. End game is depths. Detonators. Once you've got 5 gunpowders, so when you combine the two you make gunpowder. Once you've got 5 gunpowders, then you add I think it's a burlap sack to it and a radio. It might be a burlap sack and a detonator. And that will make a heavy. And if you find sticks of C4, I think you attach a radio, like a walkie-talkie type radio, and that turns into a basic explosive. But also in endgame, they're spawning complete, ready to go. Just less of them. Right, unfortunately, time to get ill. Alright guys, I need to finish the stream and go. I've had a phone call come in that I need to deal with. Thank you for watching. I will